Alrighty guys, how's it going? We got everything roughed in for the upper latch, and then down here on the bottom we got a little quick handle that I threw together. Works out pretty well. It's just square tubing with a bolt, and underneath there's 3 little pieces of angle. There's 2 over there on the left that one's welded up against the smoker, the other one's flipped to catch the front of this to hold it back. And this is, the handle is just the spring handle off of a chipping hammer from Harbor Freight. But it just raises up and opens, and then to push it, you just push it back, and then it slides back down. Seems to hold pretty well. Need to do a leak test on it, just make sure, since it is just a center hold, it's not top and bottom. I think it'll be alright though. And then I've got the one piece of angle on the right is just to catch the handle so that when the doors open it doesn't swing down. Alrighty guys, well we got the 3-spoke handle on tonight, this morning. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning right now, but the handles are on. You can see I've got another insert for the thermometer. The handle on the firebox door is done. Oh, I added a little rack on the side here for tongs and towels. Getting this thing wrapped up finally. And I changed this back here for the drain slash fill. My hopes are that I'll be able to fill this without opening the smoker door. And the idea behind it is the fill level in the smoker is about a 1/2 inch from the top of there, so I should be able to gauge it. I just need to see how much of it's evaporating out. If it turns into an issue, I may cap it and have another ball valve or something on there. But I just want the garden hose to be able to fill up from back there so I don't open it up and lose all the heat. That's the one regret I have, is the water pan doesn't hold a whole lot of water. I think it's around 10 gallon, which doesn't last very long, but so happy with the way this turned out. The lock, I'm glad I went with a spoke design instead of just doing a single bar cross. I was gonna do a 5-spoke, but I think the 3 looks good, so I'm gonna leave it. I have a couple things to do. One thing is I'm gonna put a wedge on this end, because the way the hinges are, it tends to want to work to the left. So I'm going to put a little wedge that when you close the door, it helps align it over to the right and slide it over. What I'm actually going to do is probably take the chipping hammer and cut the end off of it and put it over there. I got to finalize this slider for the damper on the intake, but I am going to try smoking with this thing tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't leak too bad. I don't think this is going to be an issue up here on the smoke chamber. The burn pot is what has me worried, with just the one location there in the middle. I'm hoping it doesn't leak at the top. But on the side here, you can see it pulls it flush. I mean, I had a little bit of a reveal with the old system I had, just with the nuts and bolts welded on there. But I think that will be fine. And I think what I'm going to do for my travel locks is just drill a hole in that bolt and put a pin across it. And the same for down here. Just drill through the angle and the square tubing and put a pin in it. So I've got pretty much everything wrapped up right now. I'm gonna smoke with it tomorrow. Then if everything's good, do some final welds, do those little things I was talking about. Then it will be ready for paint this week, hopefully. So, hope I don't have to do any redesigns, but. Alright guys, we're out here cooking some pork shoulder today with the new latches on. They're sealing up pretty good. We're on hour about 6 right now. So the bottom is sitting at 210. I've swapped I've only got one thermometer. Swapped it back and forth on the inserts a couple times now. It's about a 15 to 20 degrees difference top and bottom. So it's 210 down here. It's sitting about 230 up top, and pork shoulder is right in the middle. So it's a little cooler than where I want it right now, but it's alright. Take her low and slow. But as you can see, not really any leaks. I had a little bit of smoke showing around the hinges down here, but I think that was something that got in the door and was smoking, because it was probably just some ashes getting in there. But overall, the handles are working pretty well. I've got my tong rack up there for towels. I don't have any towels yet. I think I'm going to get a magnetic paper towel holder, stick on the side, that way I can put it in the cabinet when I'm not using it. But doing pretty well. I got 2 big bags of charcoal, couldn't fit them all in there today, but got this set up. Let's see if we can see down in there. Yeah, you can see the water level down in there, and you can barely see it. There's a rust spot in here, and that's just from where I filled it up this morning, and that's been my gauge ever since of how low it's running. So when I go to add water in here, I'll actually just put the hose on top, crack it slightly, let her fill up, then kink the hose and check it. I'm gonna end up putting another T down between that T and the ball valve and running a hose in the side so that I can open the hose up and then look at this, and when it gets full, go ahead and shut it off. That way I don't have to open inside. So that's where we're at. Figured I'd show you guys what's going on. You may have seen the jack. That's just to keep it level. The driveway's kind of unlevel here, so it's just to hold her upright. So thanks for watching.